No, I just think there's opportunities to get creative around public policy, especially in terms of housing.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.
That's something that I never thought that I'd be doing in my career, is working on housing repopulation. But we're just trying to help our communities and work with our partners. And I think we're getting better at everything that we're trying to do. Bringing this type of roundtable, it was nice when I came in here, everybody kind of knew each other already because we've had these discussions and we're starting. But we're all learning. Well, half of us are learning most, but this other half probably understand this a little bit better, but we're learning, we're getting better. I think the only way we'll be successful is this kind of collaboration. I do also think that we continue to need the support of the business community, and we have it, but we got to reach to them a little bit deeper on some of our efforts here. Certainly when it talks about, and I don't want to get off on a tangent from housing, but when we talk about retaining people and repopulating the area and challenging our businesses to hire more interns and bring more people into their offices and keep them here.
Well, that's why the Chamber has a whole repopulation effort, and we do too, and we're partnering up. Did you want to say something, Guy?
No, I just think there's opportunities to get creative around public policy, especially in terms of housing. We've had some very early conversations about tax incentives for employers who would make the down payment on a house for their employees, and then the employer gets a tax credit for that. If you think about it, if the down payment, and again, I'm talking about, higher end workers, not higher end, but higher paid workers, and, a new house is going to cost $400,000. And you're looking at an $80,000 down payment. And so if the employer, what we would like to see is the employer makes that $80,000 down payment and forgives, an eighth of it, or, a tenth of it every year for 10 years, or an eighth of it every year for 8 years. Whatever it is, and then that retains that employee, and then we want the state at the same time to say, okay, for doing that, we're going to give the employer some sort of tax, maybe tax credit, maybe tax deduction, some kind of tax break, induce people to come here, take the jobs, build the house, and so forth. We've also have conversations around tuition forgiveness. And I know the state's looking at a model, they're running the numbers to see what's the right amount of cap and what's the right number of years. But the theory is, if we can take, a 1/7 of your tuition and pay for it every year for the next 7 years, your loan, at the end of 7 years, it's a good chance that you may have gotten married in that time. There's a good chance you may have bought a house in that time. There's a good chance you may have kids by then. And the odds of you now picking up and leaving are pretty minimal. And so we've been talking with state leaders about those kinds of incentives as well.
Are those things advancing, or are they just in the discussion stage?
We're in the discussion stage in terms of just, what's the right number, and what kind of cap do we need to have on those kinds of things, but progressing.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Who's the only local bank with a mobile mortgage app? Farmers. Download the app to contact your lender, calculate payments, securely scan and upload documents, and check the status of your loan. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal, Farmers.